Here we go. We've got players. I've got a co-host. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yeah, it's me, Vinny Balistreri. I played Merfolk last week, and now I'm in the booth.
Yes, and I am excited to have you here. You are quite the accomplished Magic player, I think.
The whole booth is accomplished.
Yeah, Vinny, what are you most famous for?
I think I am most famous for. I'm trying to think of like the worst play I've ever made. I once named Gut Shot with Meddling Mage versus a Storm player instead of Grape Shot.
Wow. Okay. Well done.
We have a companion that I do not often see that I already had to look up.
Obosh.
Obosh, the Prey Piercer.
He, I believe, requires that everything in your deck be odd CMC.
Odd CMC and land cards. And if a source you control with an odd CMC would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double damage.
Oh boy.
6 damage lightning bolts are pretty good.
Furnace of Wrath on a stick, which, as you may be guessing, tells us that this matchup is going to involve Obosh Red, and that is going to be squaring up against Izzet Murktide for round 1 here. Just going to catch up with chat. Is that Vinny that won an SCG event on Eldrazi?
It is. It is. It's also Vinny who went 2-2 with Eldrazi last week.
Nice. Really? Eldrazi?
I played
Tron?
I did. I played I played Red Green Eldrazi with Ignoble Hierarchs and Regavans.
Okay.
Because those cards are good. So
Would you recommend?
I think that there's something there, honestly. Yeah, it felt pretty good. I don't know. Hopefully someone's playing Urza's Sagas. We can try and find some Saga decks.
People have been locally.
Yeah,
I've been playing it, certainly. But we are now underway. Bradley here, going to start off Mountain Ragavan, a common play these days.
This is the modern world we live in, right? On the play the Ragavan. On the draw, answer the Ragavan.
Yep. It's exactly what happened, Dave, there with Aspire Bluff Canal and Unholy Heat. We've got I believe, Spikefield Hazard. It's the flip land there coming in. And it's another Ragavan.
Very good turn 2 play. Just play more Regavans.
Yeah, run them out of answers.
David's loaded with removal, though, as is it. Also, like, working his way up to Archmage's Charm, right? Stealing a Regavan is very good.
It's pretty good. Very on plan. Dave here going to come out with a Dragon Rage Channeler. He's got a mana open. See if he has a spell to start doing that card filtering. Really, I've been impressed with how much Dragon Rage Channeler helps with sculpting.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. It's a little awkward, I think, in this situation because Dave has already played an instant.
Yeah.
So we're not working super hard towards Delirium, but hopefully that there's something on top that we can bin.
Yeah.
And
worst case, I mean, well, if it comes to it, would you block the Ragavan? The Ragavan attacks?
I will block Ragavan forever.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Believe
Spell
that's
Pierce?
Yeah, Spell Pierce your Pyrite Spell Bomb makes a lot of sense to me since that would clear the way for the Mont Key. We are going to Surveil binning a Scalding Tarn. That's 2 types.
I feel like the Ragavan here is a much bigger threat. Oh, there we go. Block all day.
Bradley, maybe not predicting the block. Oh, here's Urza's Saga. Ask and you shall receive, chat.
What are we getting with Urza's Saga in the odd-numbered burn deck?
More
Pyrite Spellbombs? Yeah.
It could just be a toolbox. There could be Pithing Needles and the like. Dave here with another Dragon Rage Channeler.
Is Shrine of Burning Rage odd-numbered? Is that 2? 2 mana.
I think it's 2. Going to Bradley's turn, going to tick up that Saga. It's now in robot
I guess just
mode.
making constructs is also just good.
It's pretty good for that. Shrine of Burning Rage, sir, not appearing in this deck.
Oh, yep.
Pass the turn with the Urza Saga and 2 lands up. A popular play.
Going for the construct plan, definitely.
Yeah. You got to get that started. Next turn in your upkeep, make a second one, tutor an artifact, and you've got a couple of 3/3s. Start to get some fat boys.
Is
We're actually gonna make the construct and block the Dragon Rage Channeler. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think Bradley's probably pretty afraid of the flying piece. Whoa, that's a much bigger flyer.
Speaking of the flying piece, but it's not gonna be a gigantic. I believe we are exiling 2 spells, so it's just a 5/5. Whatever.
Well, yeah, that's like. I mean, it's good. It's good, but it's not great versus this Obosh situation, right? Like I'm just waiting for a 6 damage lightning bolt, and
Bang,
that's
bang.
gonna feel real bad.
I mean, Obosh, I believe, casts for 5, so we're gonna have to do a little more work because this Urza Saga is
Oh, it has to
about
be in play?
leave the battlefield. Yes.
Oh, companions aren't even that good. I thought it just worked. I don't know how they work.
That's not a Vanguard.
I've never used a companion.
Me neither. To be perfectly honest.
Oh, I was like, wow, this is so busted. Like, why is every burn deck not playing this companion? Well, that would be why.
Leyline of Furnace of Wrath. Sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, when turn 1 Ragavan came out, I was like, oh my gosh, that attacks for 4 damage? Like, that's huge. I mean, it will dash for 4 damage at some point, which is pretty good.
We've got the Pyrite Spell Bomb. Not looking as good against that Murktide region unless we can pair it with a Lightning Bolt effect.
Yes. Pyrite Spellbomb only deals 2 damage for those of us in chat who are catching up. And me.
Does not do 4. Notably, also not a red source.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Looks like we are going to get the 2 for 1. Ooh. Fury.
Ooh. I don't know if I like exiling the Blood Moon here. I mean, it's not great versus Izzet Murktide, but it's also not terrible in this situation.
Cuts off their Murktides. Cuts off their cantrips.
Yep.
Oh,
there it is.
Well, actually, then Blood Moon would have been pretty bad because now we're making treasures, but he didn't know at the time.
That's true. Yeah, I guess with Ragavan and Treasure, Blood Moon doesn't do a whole bunch. I'm gonna guess those are gonna be boarded out.
Yeah. Bradley, gonna need to find an answer to that monkey.
Yeah, and I think only 2 cards in hand, and it looks like maybe one is a Fury, which is a little expensive right now.
Yeah. Bradley managed to find a Shadow Spear, but got nothing to carry it right now.
Yeah, we need anybody.
Shadow Spear's been pretty good for me, at least, against Izzet Murktide, gaining
that
life.
card is so good.
Mwah, chef's kiss. If the producer could... Thank you. We're back. We lost the video feed there for a minute.
We lost the video feed, but surprise, Ragavan made a treasure token.
Exiled a mountain. So far not finding anything that Dave really wants to cast, but that just doesn't seem that critical. Yep. We're rolling along with it. We know the Spikefield Hazard has been played in land mode, but is not correctly represented at the moment.
Killing me that we're not using the check tokens, the blank tokens from Zendikar Rising that are great. They have fantastic art that spans across the tokens.
They do?
They do. They have connecting art. There's 2 different sets.
What?
Yep. I know because I had to explain this to someone in Russia as I was trying to order them and I had to keep like sending pictures of like I want these 4 tokens and these 4 arts.
Dave here, the only one drawing lands, seems to be exiling all of Bradley's lands.
Yeah, at first I was like, oh, that's actually not, like, I mean, I guess exiling a land with Ragavan is better than allowing Dave to cast another card. But I feel like these are the moments. I mean, Ragavan as a 1-drop is very powerful and is very threatening, but these are the moments where, like, I think Ragavan's, like, the true power of the monkey comes out. It's like later in the game when you've exhausted answers and now you're just gaining value in every way possible.
Yep. Okay, we found another Urza's Saga. That can help us stop the monkey assault, but it's going to take a turn.
Oh,
no, we don't want to do that.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not the end of the world because I wonder if there's a... Well, I guess you can make a body.
Yeah, next turn we were going to make a construct and then another construct and fetch an artifact and have a pair of 4/4s. I don't know that I like that.
Yeah.
Notably, Blood Moon,
Probably a land, though.
Tarfire. Darn.
Hmm.
Would have been pretty good against the Ragavan.
Is there a reason to... I mean, Izzet Murktide here has so much mana. I can't quite see the treasure number,
Count.
but it's got to be 4, I think.
I think it's 4.
Oh my gosh. And an iteration.
Oh. That card's so good.
It's so pushed.
Oh.
It's crazy pushed.
I've been playing it in food,
You
which
play
is
it in
not
everything.
synergistic at all, but it's just like, okay, I'm just going to gas back up because this card is just
Totally.
so powerful.
You get to make a land drop and draw a card and bottom something that you weren't going to play anyways.
It feels better than 2-mana divination.
Yeah.
Am I nuts?
Yeah, no, I think I would agree.
Here's a Murktide Regent.
Yeah.
Again, this time exiling just one spell. Make it a 4/4 flyer, but that's going to be enough for Bradley here.
Yeah, that's enough of a clock, especially with the Ragavan, I think.
Yep.
All right, moving to sideboards. Should we start with Bradley?
Yeah. What do we get?
We have Bradley is sideboarding 4 Shattering Sprees, a Magus of the Moon. I don't think any of those come in. K Return, which I would gladly play. I think
like
in
it.
this matchup. It's only gonna kill Ragavan.
Or unflip Murktide early. Unflipped.
DRC. You mean?
DRC, yeah.
Yeah. 4
Ooh, bridge.
bridges.
I like bridge.
So good. Pithing Needle
Needle,
doing
no.
nothing. 2
Relic?
relics.
Are you into relic here?
I very much am in favor of relic against the Murktide decks.
Yes, I think I agree.
I think especially when you have a relic and you're facing down a Dragon Rage Channeler and you're creating a situation where like they're forced to attack, but like you can do some tricky stuff and make them block and then make them a 1/1 and like I think it draws a card. At the very least, it draws a card.
And being able to watch for the point at which they're about to get 5 cards in the yard with 2 blue mana, and you can just sort of set back the Murktide.
Yeah. Our producer picking the worst set that it was printed in, not the Shards of Alara set. And then Obosh is the last card. Dave, all sorts of stuff I think to bring in here.
Dave bringing in 2 Engineered Explosives, 3 Alpine Moon, 3 Flusterstorm, 3 Soul Guide Lantern, 3 Dress Down, and 1 Force of Negation. Like Alpine Moon, real good against Urza Saga.
Like Alpine Moon, so is Explosives.
Yep.
What do you think about Dress Down in this matchup?
Dress Down kills constructs.
It kills
Wipes them right up.
Could possibly create some like it also like stops Ragavan triggers.
Yeah.
I think that card is like heavily underplayed. Ian, can you bring that card up? Dress Down.
Dress Down is a very cool card, having a huge impact in Legacy, and I don't think we've seen the full potential of it in Modern.
Oh my gosh, I think it's so undervalued in Modern right now. I think like if you are playing Expressive Iteration, there should probably be, you probably should have room for Dress Downs in your list somewhere. Yeah, new for Modern Horizons. It draws a card.
Yeah, it draws a card.
This is like 2020 Magic design that they were like, well, we got some space on the card. Should we put flavor text on it, or it could just draw a card? And they're like, well, we'll just draw a card.
Actually, I like that. I think that I don't know that this card gets to see play without that cantrip. It just raises the floor on it enough.
Yep. Yeah, I guess like muting all abilities while it's good is also at the cost of a card and having to hold up 2 mana is a lot.
Yeah.
But getting to draw a card definitely makes it worth it.
Yeah. How do you like it against Izzet Murktide? Just being able to like ground Dragon Rage Channelers.
Yeah.
Stop Ragavan Channelers. You like it there?
Yeah, I'm into it. It also like if it prevents, this isn't a great use of it, but it prevents the second Murktide, right? If they have a Murktide in play, we're going for a second one. That first Murktide is going to become whatever, a 10/10 or something ridiculous. Like you can turn off that ability for the second one.
I always forget about the second ability on Murktide Region because typically I just lose to the first one.
Yeah. Agreed. Same. Um,
Yeah, I would worry a little bit about overboarding. I think you're right that Dave has, what, 8, 9 cards he could
Right.
bring in, but I don't know that you necessarily want to bring in that many.
I think the question is like, does Dave expect Ensnaring Bridge, right? Because if he
Yeah.
doesn't expect Ensnaring Bridge
He may
and
get
doesn't
got.
bring in the explosives, then like we're gonna have a long match.
Yep. Izzet Murktide, I don't believe really has another answer there.
Yeah, there's no abrades. There's no. I don't think Dave has a Shattering Spree.
No.
Yeah.
I think I can almost see when I can see a Murktide Regent in Dave's hand. I can't necessarily see anything else. Well, it doesn't matter because he's going to send it back.
How much do you worry about the Regavan mirror situation? Right? Are you mulliganing if you don't have your own Regavan or a piece of removal?
Ugh.
That's a deep question. Chat, you could chime in on this one.
Yeah.
If your opponent's on the play, you're on the draw. Do you mulligan a hand, knowing they're gonna play a turn 1 Regavan, or expecting it, without removal and without Regavan? Do you throw that hand back?
Or something to block at least. I think I do.
Oh, that's true. I guess you could have a Dragon Age channeler.
I think I do, especially in this situation where they actually can benefit from your cards. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both playing red. Like everything is
Yep.
getting cast off the top. Yeah.
yes, I think the decision is a little bit different when you're playing against something where you can't cast their
Yeah,
cards.
we'll see if Dave kept a hand that had a Regavan or a piece of removal.
Yep, because Bradley here, bringing the turn 1 monkey.
So it's also, I don't think I play around Blood Moon here. Oh yeah, we're just shocking.
Yeah, we're just going for it.
We're assuming that those came out.
And we have it.
There we go.
Get out of here.
I wonder what other tutor targets we have. We saw 2 Pyrite Spellbombs. We saw
Shadow Spear.
the Shadow Spear. I'm assuming there was a Pithing Needle, but that came out.
Yeah, I'm assuming the relics came in.
Is there another 1 cost artifact that deals damage?
No. I mean, not that you want to be playing.
Not good enough, yeah.
Implement of Combustion if you really want it, but no. Bradley just going to play a Bloodstained Mire and pass. Dave here, brought in the Alpine Moon, shut off your sagas.
That's interesting. There was no... Alpine Moon can turn off a fetch, right?
It can.
Yeah, there was...
And Bradley,
maybe...
without the response, could have done that. On the other hand, I don't hate this because...
Yeah. It's so good.
Urza's Saga is one of Bradley's better cards against you, and just turning that off. Notably, Alpine Moon and Blood Moon both make Urza's Saga a saga with no chapters, which it then has more lore counters than chapters, and is sacrificed.
Immediately. Yeah.
Also, if you did decide to do it on a fetch, that fetch would just tap for all colors.
Oh,
so it doesn't really... It's not quite like Pithing Needle in the same way.
Yeah. That actually, I guess, is like much more beneficial.
Especially in the mono red deck. Never mind.
Saves them a life. Yep.
Not a needle.
So I think the line that I want to see from Bradley here is like there has to be like a good level of patience. Dave commits to a Murktide, and then we see the Ensnaring Bridge come down.
I like that.
Oh, interesting. Bradley put his companion in his hand.
He may just be
just prepping?
A little bit prepping, or maybe without a lot of other business. He may have a very reactive hand. I saw Fury in there. Which it would be really nice if he can get up to 5 and just cast the Fury, because it's a 3/3 double strike. It's not bad. Puts the pressure on.
I wonder if he put the companion in his hand in order to exile it to Fury.
Also possible. That gives him that
line.
opportunity.
Oh, and a pass.
No business.
Interesting.
On Dave's side.
No threat. Yeah.
No iteration.
Maybe Dave is like trying to prepare for a way to protect his Murktide, so he's like looking for another land for a counter spell.
Chat pointing out double strike with Obosh. Pretty nasty.
Pretty good. Yeah, it's a 3/5, right?
Fury's a 3/3 double strike.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, the casual 12 damage. Bradley
Pass
just
turn, but
playing a land and pass.
Look at these red decks. No one's casting cards. Ooh.
Ugh. Not exactly where you want those, but okay.
It's rough.
Dave bins 2 DRCs with the Thought Scour draws a card.
Yeah, I think if Bradley has answers to Murktides, it may be a game where like that he just runs Dave out of resources.
Yep.
There's just no more threats, and Bradley's gonna draw whatever lightning bolts, pirates, spell bombs, etc., and that's gonna close the game.
We shall see. Dave organizing his graveyard in a suspiciously Murktide fashion.
Oh yeah, we're counting. We're definitely counting instants and sorceries.
We may also be counting Delirium, though, with the 2 Darcys in the graveyard. And another. He would have played one by now.
Yeah. There might be an Unholy Heat there.
Uh-oh. Well, we're just going to put Urza Saga in the graveyard.
We're all learning how to play with Urza Saga. That is not a simple card.
Nope. Seasoned Pyromancer.
Here we go. Here's some value.
Counter
spell. All right. That's a good way to... Well, that's actually not the end of the world. I mean, we're losing the card draw there, but we can exile it and make some tokens.
Yeah, it's not. We need to find one more land. Fistful of 5 drops. David finding a Mishra's Bauble.
I'm surprised there isn't even an expressive iteration or anything. Oh, yeah, gonna miss the trigger. We're all learning how to. There we go. We remember.
Yeah, we got a courtesy Mishra's Bauble trigger. I appreciate it.
Friendly Night, Monday Magic. Lots of blue mana open. That's a
Fury hitting the battlefield, not using the ETB trigger for anything. Here's Unholy Heat, gonna clean it up. I guess the idea there was probably to play the Fury next turn, play the Obosh swing for 12, which, you know, I like it. I like the ambition.
Yeah, super good. Yeah, super good line. Yeah, I mean, Obosh has to come down next.
Yep. Here's Ragavan.
Something not good for Dave.
Oh.
Perfect.
I mean, that's not the best hit off of Ragavan there.
Oh, wait, what? I would definitely
You would definitely cast
Ragavan.
it?
Yeah.
Cast your opponents?
I don't want to spend, on 3 lands, I don't want to spend 2 mana every turn to play my Ragavan. With a deck full of, counter spells and expressive iterations, I would have popped off that treasure in a second. I guess it gives Bradley a sorcery, a chance to answer with a sorcery, but, what sorcery is that deck playing?
Fair enough. Oh, here's the bridge.
Oh.
Dave, do you have a counterspell? I see an Archmage's Charm, but we've just got a treasure and an island.
Oh, yep, and an Alpine Moon, I think. All right, so let's see if... I mean, what's the other answer? 16 damage to the face? There's no way that Dave has that in his deck.
Deck doesn't have that.
Yep.
All right, Ragavan gonna dash it, coming down.
Very good sequencing.
Toast the monkey.
Toast the monkey, and I think also leave him with only 1 card in hand. So
yeah. Even if this doesn't work, we're gonna counterspell that.
All right.
But I'm not sure I necessarily bother. Oh, and we've got a lightning bolt.
Yeah. I love that line. There's if David is trying to protect that Ragavan, that's the only threat he has in his hand. Yep. Otherwise, he would have jammed that a Murktide so hard with a counterspell backup.
Yep. Gonna look at that graveyard because I believe the draw was Relic of Progenitus. Bradley locking it down.
The question is do you pop your Relic now, or do you think that he doesn't have a Murktide and you can just sort of start to chip away? Oh, all right.
We're just gonna bring Fury down. I think I like not exiling the graveyard now because Murktide Regent looks pretty bad under Ensnaring Bridge, and I think what Bradley would like to do, because he has 2 cards in hand, what he would like to do is draw a card for turn, swing with Fury.
He can't, though. Oh, he can if he draws a card for turn.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Yep.
3 cards. Go to combat. And then play your card and try to drop the bridge. Well, that's not going to work.
All right. It was a good line, though.
2 players with very reactive hands, keeping the board clear.
Well, both locking each other down.
Yep.
1 under Alpine Moon, 1 under Ensnaring Bridge.
We have the Obosh in hand, but
Did we go down a land somewhere?
Yeah, I'm wondering what happened to the land. It may just be off camera.
Yeah, I think it might just be off camera.
Ramanap Ruins. Here's the relic. I think I might have dropped Obosh and hung on to it.
I think I would have. Well, he's 2 blue up.
True.
Like maybe again, like there's very little mana on the Ragavan side of the table. Also, maybe Bradley doesn't have 16 points of damage without Obosh. Like,
yeah, I'm wondering.
Bolts and Pirates Spell Bombs maybe aren't enough.
Yep.
Draw the card.
Literally, dress down in Reach Through Mist mode.
Yeah.
Think once.
Bradley also commenting, I know chat can't hear it, but on how awesome that card is.
Yep.
Can I just say, too, that playing Dress Down in the sketch mode is the correct way to play it because it's dressed down, and so you're playing it dressed down.
Oh.
I see.
I've got to buy new copies now. Oh, great. Seasoned Pyromancer, making some tokens. That's pretty good.
Limbo under the Ensnaring Bridge.
Yeah.
If we can play the Obosh and get in for 4 here, that'd be pretty good.
Well, so the other thing I'm thinking is if there's more Furies and Seasoned Pyromancers to come, that Relic, maybe the draw a card from Relic is probably more relevant to the Ensnaring Bridge than we're giving it credit for. So
good point.
I think I don't know, maybe there's something hasty in here too. What's the goblin that like got played for a while? Goblin Rabblemaster? That's a 3-mana goblin that is not terrible, right?
Yep. Not bad.
Yeah, I think it's like a 2/1. It makes an attacking token.
It's a 2/2, makes a goblin at the beginning of combat, and gets +1/+0 for each other attacking goblin when it attacks. Notably very good with Ensnaring Bridge because it will be able to attack if you have 2 cards in hand and then get buffed.
Whoa,
so,
yeah.
Pretty not bad.
Yeah.
A classic in red Ensnaring Bridge decks. Bradley finding another Relic of Progenitus after popping the first one.
So now do you start drawing with that Relic, or are you just going to...
I don't think I'm drawing cards with that Relic until I need to get in damage.
Yep. Yeah.
You want to keep that around to manipulate your hand size.
Excellent play by Bradley, making sure to eat the enchantment, which is a pretty rare card type.
Yep. Popping the first Relic made the second one a lot better. It's going to enable that tap ability.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that Dave hasn't played... I think we saw another Alpine Moon in his hand to turn off the...
Ramanap Ruins?
Yeah.
Yeah, not super relevant yet, but may become. So Dave finally finding a 4th land here. It's a Spirebluff Canal, so it's coming in tapped.
Yeah, and I guess maybe there's just a little bit of fear that like Alpine Moon goes away or the saga becomes relevant again, and then the game ends.
Dash, Ragavan, in for 4.
Yeah, we gotta answer the Ragavan.
Yep, Dave with the Unholy Heat.
We're slowly chipping away here, which is what I thought how this match would play out.
Chat, asking if you can end of turn Seasoned Pyromancer with Dress Down and play. You can. It is an active ability of the creature card in the graveyard. Dress Down turns off abilities of creatures in play. Dave finding an expressive iteration, exiling Mishra's Bauble for turn. This should help.
At least we're drawing cards.
Yeah.
That's got to get us somewhere.
Players also noting expressive iteration, extremely good.
Turns out drawing 3 cards, keeping 2 of them is real good.
Bonkers. Found another land.
I didn't look at Dave's full list, but he's also known for playing a little bit of spice. I wonder if there's a creature land in here.
What, like a Wandering Fumarole? Or
like a Den of the Bugbear?
A who what?
A Den of the Bugbear? Oh,
Excuse me?
This card
Ian,
is
bring that
so
one up.
Great. I bought one last week. Well, I'll tell you what. It almost made it into red-green Eldrazi, so figure out the power level from there. But it is almost Goblin Rabblemaster.
All right.
Yeah. A 3/2 red goblin creature token that creates a 1/1 and attacks.
Oh. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
I mean, the first line is a little
Yeah.
rough.
I mean, if you control... No, I don't hate the first line. It means you don't get... Well, I don't know. Compare to... I mean, how do you compare this to Raging Ravine?
Well, I mean, I like the D&D theme more. So...
I mean, they're both 4 to activate. Raging Ravine gets fatter. This goes wide. Raging Ravine always comes in tapped. I don't know. There's some interesting comparison here.
Yeah. I think that they are all of the creature lands are on my maybe list.
Oh, Bradley with another Seasoned Pyromancer. David with another answer.
If I'm Bradley, I'm not even concerned about that.
No.
I'm like, great. There's no way there's graveyard hate coming in against me. Like, I'm gonna have 2 more tokens that that are much easier to attack with under Ensnaring Bridge.
Bradley swings for 2. Dave falling to 9.
Dave does have Delirium now, so I think that Bradley's probably debating popping the relic.
More than debating it.
Yep. So still has Delirium but can't cast him. Oh, I guess he could just hard cast a Murktide.
Yeah, he can
Yeah.
just slam it. And at this point, I think you want to not grow the Murktide. You want to keep it a 3/3.
Oh, yeah,
in
with
case
the
you can
Ensnaring
ever
Bridge.
get in.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I think Bradley, with 2 cards, should be able to manage his hand plenty well enough to keep a Murktide from ever attacking.
Yeah, agreed.
But it's a pretty good blocker.
Uh,
Cycling Dress Down again here.
Well, so that's an interesting line, I think, because Dress Down sacrifices at the beginning of the end step.
Yes.
So inside of the end step, you can Dress Down and let it sit on your opponent's turn.
Yes.
So I don't know exactly what Dave was digging for. Maybe another expressive iteration.
Yeah, I was thinking iteration.
But maybe some value to play it in the end step to just draw a card.
And prevent, say, a Ragavan.
Prevent a Ragavan, prevent a Fury. Well, I don't know. Fury's not going to do anything, but prevent another Seasoned Pyromancer from coming down.
Here's Obosh coming in second main phase. I think I might like that one before the combat step, but...
Maybe afraid of some sort of 2-for-1 somewhere there. Or I don't know. I mean, I think Bradley has the game locked down. So I like attacking just for 2 damage and like maybe baiting out an Archmage's Charm to like steal a token and block a token or something. I don't know. Or I guess they're tapped, but
good point.
yeah, I don't know. There are lines there that I can rationalize it.
Dave, here's Murktide Regent.
Oh,
He does blocks.
You make it so big. Oh, he does block.
Big,
yeah, he has to be
chonky
big enough
boy.
to block the Obosh.
Yeah, Obosh is a 3/5, so we can make a 5/5. We made a 6/6.
Oh, Sweet Liberties, you are correct. Tokens do not get the pump.
I don't know why I thought it was red stuff. Just assumed.
I thought it was in play from the start of the game, so we're
Nobody
very
knows how
off
this
base
works.
with how companions work.
Bradley.
Oh, there's a 6
bolt
damage bolt.
You. Oh.
Yeah, 1 token gets through. On to game 3.
Yep. Well, you got to see your 6-mana lightning bolt there.
I did get to see a 6-mana lightning bolt. We also saw Dress Down. I think seeing Seasoned Pyromancer and knowing that Fury was kept in, I would keep the Dress Downs in.
Yep. Dave gonna do some sideboard adjustments, though. Yeah, and I agree because even though Dress Down didn't find its moment in that game, I think you're right that there's a lot of uses here.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like typically where you start... I think Dave can control the game the whole time. Even under Ensnaring Bridge, I think that he has a very good chance to win. But where the game will get away is when Bradley can start like just drawing cards off of those Seasoned Pyromancers. Then like it's gonna get gross.
Yeah, Dave may be, if he didn't bring in explosives last time, maybe looking to bring it in now after seeing Ensnaring Bridge. A little hard to put it on 3. Requires you to have a Ragavan token, but...
Not impossible, though. I feel like it's possible. It's possible.
I wonder if Izzet Murktide should run, like, 1 off-color.
Oh, sure. Just, like 1, like, red-white land?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Legacy style?
I think... Oh, yeah. Like, splashing for white is, like, so good right now out of the sideboards and everything.
Like, why not just run like a Sacred Foundry and a couple Prismatic Endings in the board?
Yeah, exactly. And like, well, yeah, that's like probably the second most busted card.
Why not
after-
everyone just
or
do
third
that?
most busted? Yeah, like, and there's like no one's gonna try and punish you, right? I think even though that there's like tons of Blood Moons running around and Alpine Moons running around, like you're never gonna get you're never gonna get got with
Like,
that.
I just don't think Blood Moon is. Maybe I'm not an
Yeah, I
Izzet
guess-
Murktide player, but is Blood? I don't think Blood Moon's good against it.
No, it isn't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that Sacred Foundry is always gonna tap for the third color, so like your Prismatic Ending is always going to resolve. I think so. Yeah, I think the EE is coming in, and I don't think any other changes. EE's dress downs, maybe Force of Negation, but I think that might be a little much.
That's a little bit. Yeah, it's a little much. I mean, you're targeting exactly Ensnaring Bridge with that, or like a key removal spell.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I want to like 2-for-1 myself to counter a lightning bolt, even if it's critical.
I mean just like hard casting it. I don't know.
Yeah, cancel, bring it in, cancel.
Yeah. I don't know. Ensnaring Bridge sucks.
Fair enough.
The card is like
Fair enough.
brutal.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, if you're not countering Ensnaring Bridge, it's a pretty serious trade down.
Yeah. So I think the players were just asking about time in the round. We're coming up on the 14-minute mark, but I think that's plenty of time for both these decks, even with Ensnaring Bridges to.
Yeah, Ensnaring Bridge tends to add 10 minutes to the game.
Yeah, immediately, yeah. Yeah, all right. So this game, I really want to see a Cast of Season Pyromancer response dress down.
Yep.
You get nothing except a 2/2 for 3 mana.
I like that. That would be a
sick
fun
play.
moment. You got your 6-mana lightning bolt. Now it's time for Grey Ogre Pyromancer. Seasoned Grey Ogre.
I think Bradley has a Ragavan. Oh,
But
and this
does
is
Dave have a Ragavan?
Dave's first game on the play as well.
It's true.
So we'll
Here's
see
the Steam
Ragavan
Vents.
from the other side of the
Yep.
table.
Here's a Steam Vent and
Oh,
a Ragavan.
There we go. Both players laughing at the Ragavan. Ooh, maybe there's a Fury in there. Do you spend Fury on a Ragavan?
Ugh. Well, you spend lightning
Okay,
bolt on a
all right,
Ragavan.
we can
Just get out.
This is almost a mirror match for the first 3 turns.
Yep. We're all just gonna like put cards from our hand in the graveyard, and then start top decking.
Yeah. Wait till turn 3 after we've killed a bunch of Ragavans, spend a bunch of lightning bolts.
Here's Dragon Rage Channeler from Dave.
All
Gonna
right.
start filtering.
So Bradley has to just start answering threats. If he can answer threats until Ensnaring Bridge, we're in good shape.
Yep, I see a Pyrite Spellbomb there, which is going to be a great answer here. I think if I'm Bradley, I'm actually playing that Urza Saga in his hand and playing Pyrite Spellbomb and immediately hitting the Dragon Rage Channeler. Because I think if Dave had the Alpine Moon, we'd have seen it.
Would have led with it. Yeah,
Yeah, we'd have just played Dragon Rage Channeler, Alpine Moon, Surveil Go.
Unless Dave has the Spell Pierce, I think. I don't know what he's afraid of at 2 mana, but maybe holding up Spell Pierce because, like, why not?
Fair.
Oh,
Eh.
resolves. No.
Dang.
Ooh, and no instant for the Surveil trigger either.
Nope.
So we know there's no Thought Scour. And that puts 2 cards in Dave's graveyard, so we're not Murktiding yet.
Nope.
Maybe he's just holding back the old triple bobble Murktide play.
So lovely islands. Just gonna play another one and pass the turn.
Yeah, Sharpied Islands always get me. You know, they speak to me. What is it? There's an old bordered card in Bradley's hand that I think chat can probably see too. If you can guess that card, you should let me know. It looks like Bogarden Hammer. I think that's the card.
Dave found the Alpine Moon. Maybe he had it the whole time, was waiting for the saga to come down.
I mean, baiting it out is pretty good.
Yeah. Lost a Dragon Rage Channeler trigger, but I think that's fine. Hammer of Bogart, and I've seen it played, actually.
Is that a 1-mana card? Is it a 3-mana card?
It's a 3-mana card.
It's a
and I think
3-mana
that's like a
card.
5
I
mana,
am
you can return it to your hand.
so impressed with myself if that's the card.
Bradley attempts a Seasoned Pyromancer. Dave with the counterspell.
I think that's the card.
Indeed. 3 mana, 3 damage.
Wow.
5 return
I'm
it to your
guessing
hand.
reprinted in Time Spiral.
No, I think it's a core set because I think I've seen it in white border.
Oh, interesting.
Dave, dash a Ragavan. Bradley takes a hit. Did not catch what was exiled. Dave,
It's
not
just
interested
Quinn,
in casting.
reprinted in 8th, where all the other weird cards that I forget are reprinted
Yep.
are.
8th was a weird one.
Yeah. Do you think Bradley... So it doesn't really feel like Bradley is a Saga deck. Like, there's some value there, right?
Yeah.
But also, like, maybe he, like, led the Saga into the Alpine Moon, like, not wanting to have Rin Map Ruins, whatever that card is, the red card that kills me. Not having that turned off.
I just don't... I'm not sure Ramanap Ruins is going to be that important.
Is that only
it's
opponent?
Shock. It's shock for an opponent,
Oh,
It's
just
only opponent.
opponent. Okay.
I think. But I missed what got cast there, but it got countered.
Ensnaring. It was
Insta-
Ensnaring Bridge.
oh,
yeah.
okay.
Ensnaring Bridge
That's
into
one out of the way.
counterspell, Yep.
And then
Dash the
here is
Ragavan.
Ragavan dashing in.
Starting to get some value.
Here's Tarfire. I'm probably casting that Tarfire.
Call. I think that there's a Murktide though. So
Ooh.
I think that with that counterspell it should be enough. Oh, maybe
We gotta choose.
we don't have to choose right now. So
Not in combat now.
yeah, I think maybe Dave is debating Expressive Iteration.
Yeah, he hasn't
over
played his land, so
Tarfire.
if he can Expressive Iteration and find the land, then he can cast the Tarfire.
Interesting.
But instead, we're just going to use the treasure to cast Dragon Rage Channeler and pass it back.
Which I'm guessing.
If we have a Thought Scour, then we should be ready to Murktide.
Another giant drawn. That's pretty good. But I think that the Channeler must have Delirium. It's turn 5, right? So
Yeah.
in Modern, you have Delirium by turn 2.
Yes.
Almost
Legacy players don't try as hard.
always. Yeah, they don't.
Alpine Moon, notably, Alpine Moon is not main deck. This is game 3, and Dave brought it out of the sideboard. And I think your comment about Urza's Saga in Bradley's deck, it's not a dedicated like artifact heavy deck, but I think this speaks to the floor on Urza's Saga being so high and the opportunity cost being so low.
Yeah.
Here's Ensnaring Bridge. That one resolves.
Ooh. Oh, I love it. What a play, knowing that Spell Pierce is there and like not waiting for the 5th land. He's got to get rid of one more card though, right? Or that Channeler is going to keep hitting him.
Yep. He's got Fury, and if you pitch a card with the Fury, that bridge is now quite low. We're pitching Hammer of Bogart in here.
Many times.
Okay, because that's a sweet old.
The Urza Saga Blood Moon combination is a little strange.
I mean, Blood Moon sometimes wins the game, right?
It does, and when it and usually it's one or the other. It's blank or it wins the game.
Right.
You can pitch it to Fury.
Yeah, that's true.
Dave casts Expressive Iteration, finds a Mishra's Bauble. Gonna pop that into play. Gonna look at our own hand, decide maybe if we want to fetch or
Guessing
not.
There's a Thought Scour. Oh, fetch land.
Yep. Build your own opt. Don't like what we have. It was a land, we're just gonna fetch it straight off the top.
And we're putting into play tap, so not gonna bluff the counter spell. So I'm guessing Dave is running out of threats here.
Yeah.
Also, interestingly, spent the Ragavan treasure to cast that Dragon Rage Channeler 2 turns ago, which means no EE on 3.
No E on 3.
Ooh, 2 bridges.
Bradley with the second bridge. I guess he's considering the That something like an Abrade is going to be more likely than EE there.
Yep.
To run
Oh,
at this other one.
definitely. Well, and I think especially like EE is the thing that's keeping you locked up in the game, right? In this situation, if my opponent has a Murktide and I have one bridge, I'm like, I still have to close this game today, like right now. Fantastic callback on the art of that card to the original Ensnaring Bridge art. It's actually the exact same scene.
Is it?
When Gerard is crossing the
Oh
bridge.
yeah, the
It is.
stronghold art.
And you can see
Just from the other angle.
the hands from the other side. Yeah, pretty cool.
Oh, I love that card. Oh, I love that card.
I mean, I
Wait,
love
let's
it
let
and I love to hate it.
Bradley here.
Not so relevant to the 7th edition art.
No. I don't know what that is.
I
hate
that has like a
masterpieces.
handy looking thing to it. So
I hate masterpieces, I'm not going to lie. All right. Stomp you.
Exile. Because you can cast it. Yeah.
We will have to close this game somehow in a staring contest with the Murktide
Oh,
Regent.
Stomp is cast, so now Bone
We're
Crusher
on an
Giant's
adventure.
Off on an
It's
adventure.
hanging out in the companion zone, which is a little strange, but we're both in special exile places.
Yeah. I just don't know what this rune map runes, whatever it's called. You sacrifice it to deal
You
2.
sacrifice it.
Okay, so this isn't like a way to win the game, unless
I
they're
mean,
2 life.
it's a way to eke over the line.
Yeah. We put companion into hand.
I think
Pretty
that's valid.
Good.
It's not going to be attacking, but it does make those
6
mana lightning bolts.
Or 6 damage. 6 damage lightning bolts. Yeah.
And 2 of those will end the game. Oh, here's a third Ensnaring Bridge. I think I'm keeping that one in hand to try to manage hand size
Yeah.
and potentially like attack with small stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
nope. Obosh is countered.
We could also I think. I guess with the Murktide, you can't. Ragavan isn't even a good draw. Probably just looking for like another Seasoned Pyromancer.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you keep it for Seasoned Pyromancer, right? You keep it, you discard it, get a token.
Yeah. That works. Here's a Shadow Spear.
That's
Nothing to carry it.
interesting. Well, so I think Bradley has to cast it, right? Otherwise, he gets
Yes.
dashed by Ragavan, and the game starts to go out of control again.
Yep. He also has Bone Crusher Giant, and we can play Shadow Spear, play Bone Crusher Giant, equip it.
I think we
Rawr.
need one more land, right?
Oh yeah, we can equip it. It equips
Yeah.
for 2. Pardon me.
What was the artifact hate that David had in their board? Do you recall?
Ensnaring Bridge.
Just
Sorry.
engineered
Engineered
explosives.
explosives.
That's
No.
it? No shattering sprees,
No.
No
no
shattering
braids.
sprees, no abrades, no.
So
None of that.
how does David win this game?
He brings in the EE.
It's
he gets
EE or
an
bust.
artifact token. He gets a treasure token from Ragavan.
Though at this point, I'm not. He has to find Unholy Heat for the Bone Crusher Giant, then Ragavan to get a treasure, then EE. Well, that's step 1. That's Unholy Heat.
How do you get Ragavan under the bridge, though?
Hope that
Yeah.
Bradley does something weird. Like maybe draws from a relic at the wrong time. Like sometimes your out is like hoping your opponent misplays. Like that's
Yeah.
just like an unfortunate truth of Magic.
But you are absolutely correct that the number of outs Dave has it's not
Very
a large
few.
number.
Yeah.
Now, he's got a lot of wheel spin to dig through the deck and find those answers, but
Yeah. I think Life in a Jug, talking about playing for the draw. It's round 1, and I think you can play for the draw. Drawing round 1 is like
control bracket.
rough.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Makes for a
control
long night.
bracket. Control bracket is a good name for it. Well, Bradley drew a channeler. Oh,
Well,
interesting. Didn't play the Dragon Rage channeler, because you can create a pretty easy situation where like Dragon Rage channeler gets blocked by the Murktide Regent, but it has a Shadow Spear equipped, and like you can bolt it or something. Yeah, I think Bradley just realized that.
yeah.
Is there Twiddlestorm there today? There might be. I know our local Twitter Storm player was here. I believe I saw them on my way in.
Yeah, I think so. How many rounds is this event? This is a 4-round event. We are always 4 rounds
Back at 0.
on Mondays.
Yeah, we can. I will take a look. There's a request for more Urza Saga and Twiddlestorm. I will do my best. Oh, is this a dress down? Is this the moment?
Let's see. Oh, no. Sorry.
2 Unholy Heats. That's really good, right?
I
This
mean,
is the
that'll
end of the
kill.
game.
That'll kill the Murktide.
Oh my gosh, you get to cast 1 and then swing.
Do we have?
Ooh, is there a counter spell?
Do we have Delirium?
We gotta.
Artifact land.
Yes, we do.
Put you 1 in hand. Murky gone.
Bang bang. Dragon dead. We have 1 card in hand though.
1 card in hand is what you. Oh, you.
1
Nope,
card.
no.
No. Does not attack.
Wait,
If we had Delirium, that doesn't attack.
he attacked for 1 damage though.
How did we do that? I'm gonna check on our game state.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think we've realized that it's 3 power.
Delirium, so it can't attack me. Unholy Heat, do you say?
Game state repaired.
Yep, game state repaired. That's a 3/3.
Because it's a 3/3. Oh, yeah.
Yep, he's remembering his own ensnaring bridges. Twiddlestorm with the Modern Wishclaw Talisman list. That is the list that, or at least the player that I know that plays Twiddlestorm does play the Modern Wish version.
Oh, my favorite.
Talk about a powerful card. Wish is like asking to be
Oh,
broken.
no worries. I did the same thing.
I don't know. I'm interested in that question. I'm gonna go check on the official clock since we are out of time on our
Oh, they already
clock.
came over and said time.
Oh,
out.
okay, so we
Yeah,
got
yeah,
that.
I think we're on turn 2
we're on
here.
turns? Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder about Wish and Modern. It's really
Yeah.
it's looked really interesting in Ruby Storm and Legacy because they're able to generate so much mana.
Sure.
Like it looks really good. I don't know if you've seen Ruby Storm lately, but
No.
Galvanic Relay and Wish are pretty damn sweet. Like if you can't kill them, you relay and you just keep relaying until
Yeah.
you find a way. But I don't know that I don't know that your mana gets big enough in Modern.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's a tutor. It's a
It
3
is.
mana demonic tutor, so like it's always on my watch list. Oh my gosh, David finally gets a chance to attack. The Unholy Heat is there.
Womp womp.
Seasoned Pyromancer gets to swing in. They are the
Stomp you. Can we do it?
counter.
Because I'm going to say Stomp is 2, Ramunap Ruins is 2.
I think that using the stomp there is a mistake, right?
Yeah, you keep it in hand, I think.
Oh, but you can't activate ruins and cast stomp.
Oh, good point.
I got 1 last turn to do not a lot. I think.
I think
do not
that's-
believe
that's-
anyone is going to win this game.
That's a draw.
Bang.
5.
If he keeps it in hand, he's still at 3. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. There's no good answer there. Yeah. The clock wins this round.
All those future turns.
Well, that's going to be round 1, ending in a draw here between Bradley and Dave.
I need to save a
Obosh
turn.
Red,
Do that last
unable to finish the day. Izzet Murktide, unable to handle Ensnaring Bridge.
Yeah.